Ooh.
Good evening, South Tama Trojan fans. Welcome to Trojan Country for Week 4 of the Iowa High School football season. I'm Darvin Graham. I'm joined by my co-host with the Mo-host, George Cuter. George.
The Mo-host?
Yeah,
I like that.
I don't know.
Let's go.
Yeah, hey. Week 4, we're having a good time, and we're glad you're with us. You're seeing on the fringes of our graphic here the tail end of the Frosh game between Benton Community and South Tama. Final score of that one, Benton takes a big one, 44-0, the final score of the Frosh game. And we are probably about 45 minutes away from kickoff here at Benton Community High School in Van Horn, Iowa. It's a beautiful night for football.
Great night for football.
We've got the sun beginning to poke through some clouds. We're going to have a sunset tonight. The weather is pleasant and a nice-sized crowd starting to gather here at Benton Community.
And junior cheerleader night again. They're following us, Darvin.
Yeah, I know. Brings them out. Got to get that. Got to get that gate money.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that.
Well, great to see the kids
There's
involved.
A lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of Bobcats here.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got a jam-packed pregame and halftime coming your way. We're going to hear from all three of our fall programs. Our coach's corner fully loaded for you here during the pregame. Then during halftime, we are going to have a special Captain's Connection interview with two captains, one on the volleyball team and one on the football team. Tonight, we're going to hear from South Tama's Molly Wobeater over on the volleyball side, and we're going to hear from Nolan Upaw on the football side. So you've got that to look forward to during the Gary Bach State Farm Insurance halftime show. And we've got lots of fun stuff coming your way. We're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsors this evening, and then we're going to get back and talk about the 3A district standings, an area scoreboard from last week, and just kind of take a look around the district and around our region and see where everybody stands as we go into Friday Night Lights tonight here all across the state of Iowa. So we'll be right back after this. You're listening to Trojan Country. How hard would it be to pay your bills if you became disabled from an unforeseen accident, sickness, or injury? Call the folks at Gary Bach State Farm and ask for a free quote on short or long-term disability insurance. Gary and his helpful staff can customize a plan that will fit your needs and will be ready to help when life's unexpected moments occur. Call 641-484-3163 today. Ages available 18 to 59. Restrictions and eligibility underwriting applies. Trojan Country fans, come on down to The Pump, Tama Toledo's #1 bar and grill. Located in downtown Tama at 218 West 3rd Street, The Pump serves up cold drinks, a warm atmosphere, and an amazing lunch on the regular. Check out the Tama Pump on Facebook for regular lunch and drink specials, as well as details on their latest events. Medicap Pharmacy in Toledo offers free medication packaging and free delivery to surrounding areas. With convenient drive-up service and hours on Saturday morning, Medicap Pharmacy is always there for you. Visit with pharmacist Derek Townsend and his team by calling 484-6198 or stop by their location across from Fairway in Toledo. Medicap Pharmacy, locally owned and expertly operated. Scharnwebers in Toledo serves central and northeast Iowa with the latest in heating and cooling systems, water softeners, plumbing and electrical installation, as well as expert service and repair. As a family-owned hallmark business from the South Tama community, Scharnwebers is proud to support Trojan spirit on the field, on the stage, on the court, or in the classroom. When the job needs done, call Scharnwebers at 800-542-7980. Welcome back, everyone. We're live from Benton Community High School. You're listening and tuned in to Trojan Country. You've just been listening to the sultry tunes of Marshalltown and Tama's own Hot Jam. Thanks to them for their partnership this season, getting you some tunes during our Trojan Country broadcasts. I'm Darvin Graham, joined by George Cuter, and we're going to take a quick look around the District 3 standings after last week. Really more of the same after, at least for this district picture. Right now, we've got Hampton-Dumont Cal and Independence in control, both 3-0. Hampton-Dumont took a 13-6 close win over Southeast Valley last week. They play Nevada, a tough matchup, as I believe Nevada's maintained in the rankings so far, and so they've got another tough one. We'll see what they're made of kind of as they go into week 4. Then Independence won big last week. They took a 50-8 win over West Liberty. They are 3-0. And then it's Center Point Urbana got a 38-13 victory in week 3 against Union. They're now 1-2, and they host Mount Vernon this evening. South Tama, as we know, lost at home during the Steve Kriegel Memorial Trophy game to Grinnell last week, 28-7 the final score. If you missed out on that one, they're 1-2. And tonight we are live from Benton for week 4. Charles City also took a loss in week 3. It was 33-7 the final score against Mason City. Charles City starting 0-3 on the season, and they have Decorah this week. Rounding out the District 3 schedule, West Delaware went up to Decorah, got a nice win, 42-6. So they get their first W of the season so far. They're 1-2, and they have Waverly Shell Rock tonight, so it doesn't get any easier for the Hawks over in West Delaware. But it'll be really interesting to see kind of what they're made of and what they're able to do when they get into district play.
Exactly. And, you talk about that, Darvin, with our district. It looks like right now it's going to be Independence and West Delaware. Hampton, we got to see what they're going to be made of. Tonight is going to be a good test for them. But this game tonight with Waverly and West Delaware is going to be a telling tale to see what's going to happen, because kind of everybody's in your preseason first 4 games, you try and avoid the big losses, because with the playoff system, you could finish 3rd or 4th in your district, still make the playoffs, but you got to run up this. Our district is not as competitive as this district over here with Benton Community and Mount Vernon and those types of things in Marion. It's going to be a very, very interesting. Oh yeah. See how it shakes out, because I would be willing to bet that come playoff time, it's going to be the district that Benton Community and Marion and Mount Vernon and Vinton against our district. Yeah. And it'll be one of those. It's going to be a very interesting season starting next week. I mean, you get pumped up for the first 4 weeks, but it'll be really interesting to see how West Delaware navigates all of this. They've really left themselves, and I mean, I don't know, how much strategizing goes into their scheduling, but they really did not give themselves any freebies in their first 4, and they took some lumps, and now they really don't have a margin for error. They're banking on themselves probably, taking the district, and they've got 2 good teams so far in, Independence, always a perennial program there, and Hampton-Dumont Cal out, undefeated through 3 weeks. And that's what I think. That's what I think the thinking is with athletic directors and football coaches, is with this new system and the weights of the teams. Play Decorah, you're going to play me like Benton Community played 3 really good games. They lost to Marion, they beat CPU, they beat Grinnell, and it all depends on where everything shakes out, because you get points for beating teams handily, but you also get points because those teams could be ranked pretty high in their district. Yep. So this is going to be a really interesting 3A race until it gets to about the quarterfinals, and then all of a sudden that's when the cream's going to come to the top. And I'd be willing to bet that West Delaware, this Benton Community team, they're going to be right up there. No doubt, no doubt. Taking a look at some regional scores around the South Tama area, West Marshall got a win 41-6 over Southampton. They're off and running in their first part of the season. They don't look like they're slowing down at all. They're 3-0. They've got Sheraton, a pretty winnable game in week 4. Benton, we're here at Benton tonight. They lost to 38-14 against Marion, and they're now 2-1 after a tough loss against the Wolves over there at Marion.
Sadell played Sheraton last week. They took a loss 61-8. They're 0-3, and they have to go to Newton this evening. Union Community 38-13 was the final score. They took a loss against Centerpoint Urbana in week 3. They're 0-3 on the season, and they have Dubuque-Wahlert this evening. And Dubuque-Wahlert, meanwhile, we know they took a W against West Delaware in week 1, so that's going to be a tough matchup for Union here tonight in week 4. North Tama, the wheels kind of falling off for the Red Hawks. They lost 17-0 against Hudson last week, and they're 1-2 now after 2 straight losses the last couple of weeks, and they have Nashua Plainfield this week. Gladbrook Rhinebeck continuing kind of the same narrative that we've seen from the Rebels in the last, I don't know how many seasons. It's kind of Gladbrook Rhinebeck's season gets defined once they get to Don Bosco, and then it's it's a fork in the road from there. So they took a big win, 60-6 against Dunkerton. They're undefeated, and they have Chipola tonight. I believe Chipola also undefeated, so that'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. GMG, meanwhile, a tale of two, kind of a different story for GMG, if I could say it that way. They're 0-3, and they have the week off this week. They're not playing anybody, so that's what's up over at GMG. And then East Marshall, we're kind of rounding out the area. They took a loss to Roland Story in week 3, 47-7, the final there. And they are at Central Springs in week 4. So that's your area scoreboard and what's been happening around Tama County.
Yep. It's going to be it. I like that West Marshall team.
Yeah.
I truly do. For an area team, if when you're following our area teams, I like them, GMG. And, if you want to make a trip, go down to Belle Plaine and see Belle Plaine play, and even BGM. It's going to be the smaller classes are going to be the talent laden. And at any given point in time, it's nice and even. Other than 8-man football, you don't have any dominating teams lower than, 3A. Then you get up to 4A and 5. We're going to have a great fall. This is really going to be, you're going to tune into the radio and watch TV and read the newspaper and stuff, and you're going to have a lot of upsets. So, you can't wait. District play is starting next week, and it's just going to be, we'll see what happens.
It's exciting. It's an exciting time. All right, we're going to jump into one of our Coaches Corners interview this evening. We caught up with South Tama's Robert Tynisma, talked a little cross-country with him, and we'll be into that interview here in a moment. But first, a word from our sponsors. Expertise, innovation, and doing the right thing. These aren't traits you'll find everywhere, but you'll find them with Assured Partners in Toledo, your local independent insurance agency. Assured Partners specializes in home, auto, business, farm, and crop insurance. The professionals at Assured Partners in Toledo have been serving the South Tama community since 1948 and continue to deliver innovative products and solutions to meet clients' precise needs. Call 641-351-6976 to learn more. Assured Partners, power in partnership. When you're looking for a new home or farmland, why not seek the counsel of a friend and expert? Dallas Berm at Exit Holes Realty can answer all your questions about the home buying process. Exit Holes Realty knows Trojan Country better than anyone and can provide the kind of service you've been looking for. So call Dallas Berm at 319-360-1592 to start looking for your new home, and remember to buy with Berm. Located in the heart of corn and cattle country, Iowa Premium procures and processes only corn-fed Black Angus cattle that come hand-selected from family farms in Iowa and neighboring states. As Tama County's largest employer, the team at Iowa Premium are an anchor, not only in the beef industry, but throughout eastern and central Iowa. Iowa Premium, a national beef company. It's time for Cross Country Coaches Corner here on Trojan Country. Today I'm joined by South Tama's varsity head cross country coach, Robert Tynisma. Robert, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hey, thanks for making some time for us. I just wanted to have you recap a little bit the home meet that you just had on Monday. What was your kind of assessment and takeaways from the team and their performance at home here last Monday?
Well, we were kind of hoping we could, on the boys' side, we could take first place at our home meet. It was, questionable whether we could do that. It was a close race with Grundy Center, and we ended up coming in second by about eight points. But the boys ran well. I think most of them improved their time from last year on our course. Our course is not generally a course that you're going to PR on, but some still do. And we had a lot of the girls that still PR'd on our course, which was good. The girls were kind of lacking on the girls' side of numbers. We didn't run a varsity team or I don't know if we had enough for JV team or not. The boys, both varsity boys and JV boys, team-wise, came in second. So, strong showing on our home course, nonetheless.
Yeah. This far into the season, have you seen PRs from some of your varsity runners? How any of those achievements pop up yet for you guys?
Yeah, at our last meet in Grinnell, which would have been the one prior to our home meet, I think practically everybody PR'd.
That's great.
From an earlier race, either the one before or the one at the beginning of the season. So, yeah, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing in practice. They're making gains. Some of them are making tremendous gains. We've got a number of gentlemen that have had lifetime PRs.
That's great.
At Grinnell, we had some girls with lifetime PRs.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're moving along. We're looking forward to the championship part of the season, but we still got some work ahead of us between now and then.
So next up is Saturday at BCLUW?
Yes.
So you guys go up north for that. How are you preparing for that competition? What's kind of your scouting report, as it were, for that upcoming meet?
Well, it's not as a flat a course as Grinnell. It's got a little bit more hills to it. It's not as tough as our courses. We've had a couple between our early meet on Monday and the Saturday meet. We're able to get a couple hard workouts this week. So we've worked them hard yesterday and kind of hard today in preparation for that. Tomorrow we'll be taking things easy and hopefully we're coming in relatively fresh for Saturday. Most of them. It's a meet that we have potentially we could win it. I think our main competition, looking at the other teams, is going to be East Marshall.
Okay.
And the East Marshall ran tough at our home course on Monday.
Yep. A good traditioned team over there for sure. What are some of the keys that you're kind of preaching to your kids at this stage of the season as you're working with them in practice? What are kind of the mantras or the things that you're trying to impress upon them?
Well, the three things that we always keep talking about is hydration, fuel, and rest. So we keep preaching those things and making sure that we're fueled properly and hydrated properly for practices, so that we can get the most out of our practices. And then the same would be true for a meet. And then the rest is extremely important for the recovery stuff that we're wanting the kids to make gains on. And then just kind of stressing with some of the workouts that they do, where it's your effort is going to be the deciding factor on how much you get out of that workout. So just kind of stressing that. And we've got a good group of kids. They seem to understand that, and our captains, Jimmy Brandt and Tommy Tynesma on the boys' side, and Kayla Heck on the girls' side. They've been doing an excellent job of keeping them focused.
That's great. Well, you heard it here first. Hydrate, get some rest. What was the third one? Fuel. Good things in cross country, great things in life. Thanks so much, Robert, for joining us, and best of luck on Saturday at BCLUW.
Thank you.
All right, that was South Tama head varsity Robert Tynesma.